Good morning, children. Welcome to your computer class. In today's computer class, we are going to continue with the new chapter from your book. That is chapter 3, Microsoft Word 2010, paragraph formatting. So, let's start. Today, our first topic will be paragraph spacing. The spacing between the paragraphs is determined by the spacing before it and the spacing after it that are set for each paragraph. You can modify the spacing before a paragraph and the spacing after it by changing the values in the applicable boxes in the paragraph group on the page layout tab. When the first of two consecutive paragraphs has non-zero spacing after it and the second paragraph has non-zero spacing before it, the only larger of the two spaces will be inserted between the paragraphs. Now we will talk about page layout group. Now this tab in ribbon is used for setting up the page by adjusting the margins, changing orientation or size and splitting columns. Today we are going to know the steps for splitting the columns in the document and we will proceed with this. The steps for splitting the columns in the document are: number 1. Select the text to be split into multiple columns. Then number 2. Click on the column option in the ribbon. Then we have to select the number of columns in the page setup group. Number 4. Click on the option More Columns. Now select the number of columns using the up and down arrows in the columns window that has been opened. Finally, click on the OK button. In this way, we can split the text in the desired number of columns. And after these steps are followed, the text will look something like this. So this was the steps to split a text into multiple columns. Now we will learn how to add borders and shade to a text. Now we can add borders around the paragraph where our cursor is located. Now for that we need to click on the border button to add the current default borders, the original default or the last border style that you have selected. Now border style can be selected that differs from the current default border style. For selecting the border style, we can follow the following steps. Click on the small arrow on the borders button. Select one of the border style displayed or click Borders and Shading to define your own custom border. Now this was the steps to add borders. Now we can add also shading with the current default background color to the entire text area of the paragraph where our cursor is located. The steps for adding the shading are: first, click on the shading button in the paragraph group on the Home tab. If we want to select a background color other than the current default color, click on the small arrow on the shading button and then click on the colors displayed. If you want to apply the same shading to multiple paragraphs, then select the applicable paragraphs before you click the shading button or the small arrow on it. If we choose a very dark background color, Word will automatically change the text color to white to maintain good contrast and keep the text visible. Now we will learn how to get a print out of text from the Word document. Now, once the document is prepared, Like if you are preparing a letter or some kind of application, then we would need the hard copy of that document. We need printer attached with the computer to get the hard copy as well. Now to get the printout, we need to follow some steps. Step number 1, open an existing Word document or start a new document and type your text. Step number 2, once you have completed your document and you are ready to get a printout, click on the Office button, which is the round office icon found in the top left hand corner of your screen. Step number 3, move down and click Print in the menu. This will bring up Print dialog box. Now step number 4, choose how many copies of document you need. Now step number 5, depending on printer option, other printing features can be chosen, such as whether we want to print all the pages or only certain pages. We can also change the orientation of the print from portrait to landscape and tell our computer and the printer whether we are printing on a certain size of paper. We will also see on the right a preview of our printed document. Now the step 6. When all sorts of printing setting is done, click Print. The document will now start printing your document on the printer. So in this way, you will get the hard copy of your document. So in today's class, what did we learn? First, we learned how to add border and shading, and then we learn how to get a print out of our document. Now children, I will continue with this chapter in your next class as well. Till then, please read your book. That is very important. As